ties down for a full house.
Bit of discretion, Charlie. This isn't the 8th-week dinner dance.
Good turnout.
The Lord is my shepherd. 2 and 3. 23. Garden needs breakfast. Ain't nothing. 80.
Prepare the payroll for plus old fashions, please.
At once, sir. Where do you think you're going?
It's a free country.
You people. Have some respect.
You have 4 hours. Turn your papers over. And begin.
Five and 2. 52. Christmas cake.
The payroll for Close Old Fashioned, sir.
Thank you, Goodleton. Just leave it on the desk, would you?
The gang's all here then. Oxford's finest. Tommy Thompson, Bernie Waters.
Who's the Longstreet with the blonde?
Peter Matthews Sr., the house train harbour, the Matthews brothers.
Breakers, the old Matthews brothers. Abingdon way.
Scrap metal dealers of repute. The one on the right with the dark glasses, that's Cole, the older brother. They're all villains. The whole Matthews family.
Miss Fraser?
Friends or family?
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Harry Rose was a lot of things, but royalty wasn't one of them.
Nature abhors a vacuum.
It's a lunch hour.
Sorry, Mr. Fordyce. I'll make it up.
Indeed you will, Miss Thursday. This is a bank, not a social club.
Fraser's got a point. With Harry Rose gone, we're jockeying for top dog could get nasty.
Hello, matey. Back already? Finished early. Pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Check your answers.
Twice. How'd it go?
You know what they say about funerals. Always someone catches his death.
Morse.
Gentlemen, Cedric Clissold, late of Clissold Fashions. There were 2 to the chest. Shots heard about an hour ago, which would appear to give a fairly reliable time of death. Be able to give you caliber once I've had a root about.
Looks to be a wages snatch, sir. £2,000 according to Mrs. Abbott. She's come out from the factory. Mr. Clissold always collected the payroll on a Wednesday.
From where?
Wessex on Cross Street.
Jones branch, isn't it?
Witnesses?
One of the neighbours heard a shot, took it for a car backfiring.
Next to kin?
He was widowed. No other family to speak of.
Keep on with the door.
Yes, sir.
Well, that didn't take long. Harry Rose barely cold.
Right, matey. We'll take the bank, you tidy up here. Formal statement from Mrs. Abbott, then give the car a quick go once we've got his body out, okay?
It's just awful. Mr. Clissold was a valued customer of long standing.
He seemed his usual self, did he? Nothing out of the ordinary.
No, not at all. It was a perfectly straightforward transaction, the same as always.
How was his business?
He was facing stiff competition from Far East imports and recently had to lay off a quarter of his workers.
Money troubles?
You didn't happen to notice anyone outside? Odds are the robbers would have had the riot.
I didn't really notice. I was late back from lunch. No. Tell a lie, there was a car across the road. Navy.
What about a driver?
No. Sorry.
Anything more from Mrs. Abbott?
No, she was asking after an order book, some sort of carbon powder used for work. Forensics didn't pick up anything like that, did they?
Not so far as I know. Mucky Beth. Moaning becomes Electra. Good grief. Hedda Gobbler.
Only in Oxford.
We're shut.
Yeah, looks it. You got an afternoon licence?
This is a private members club.
Nice bit of work today.
Oh, yeah? What's that, then?
Wages snatch in Holywell Street.
We're all right for a comic, Tar.
Always looking for strippers, though. do you reckon, Pete? Fred Thursday in G-string and pasties.
That's all. Your mouthful coal makes you look simple. Where were you then this afternoon?
You know where we were? Harry Rose's wake.
And later?
I took a bath.
Anyone confirm that?
Yeah, me.
Oh, where were you? Up the plug then? Drop it! You snide cuss and drop it! Or it'll be your neck and Cole's parole right there. Any ideas you've got about taking over Harry Rose's pitch? Think again. You're on notice.
What, coming for us, are you, Fred? You better come carrying.
Come.
That's nasty. Yeah, I heard you got plugged. Lung shot, wasn't it? You want to cut down on a pipe?
Two bullets, 38 caliber. Same as you've got rattling around.
Thanks for the reminder.
What have I missed?
Sunday night at the London Palladium, by the look of it. Anything from his work?
Seems to have been pretty well liked, so far as I can make out. Though nobody could tell me much about his personal life.
Private sort.
Secretive was the word used by more than one of his colleagues. Obsessively so. Maybe not without cause. There was a box in the boot of his car filled with stag films.
Nature studies?
Not an antler in sight, I'm afraid.
Well, I'll leave you to your whatever it is. Tox will fill you in on the rest, Sergeant. Oh, and I shan't need you in the morning. I'm weighing.
What did I miss?
Not much. In general, good health for a man of his age. No disease.
You didn't happen to open his jacket to get to his chest, did you?
No. It was like that when I arrived.
The robber takes £2,000, but then hangs about to pinch his wallet.
Actually, the wallet was in the back pocket of his trousers. On the side with the rest of his personal effects.
There wasn't a pad with this lot, was there? His work, we're asking.
What came in is what's there, as always.
What about his final meal?
Bit gastric for you, isn't it?
Wouldn't happen to be chicken, meat and sweet corn soup by any chance?
Saveloy and chips.
You sure?
Alimentary, my dear Morse. Why?
It's got a Chinese takeaway menu here. Bamboo House on Marston Road.
Oh, that closed. Years ago. Now, what's this about a sergeant's exam? Pastures new?
How's that?
There's not going to be room for two sergeants at Cowley, is there?
Poor Mr. Clissold. Can't believe I only saw him this afternoon.
You didn't notice anyone out of the ordinary hanging around the street? I'll get it.
I thought you'd already made a statement.
I have. To Jim Strange.
Well then, there's no need to go on about it at home, especially on Sam's last night.
People remember things. For me, is it?
No, it's for Joni.
Who for Joan?
Some fella.
You have a name?
I didn't ask.
Call yourself a copper, son.
Hello?
Morse. Oh, Dr. Lorimer. I thought it was you. This is a surprise, I must say. I never thought to see you again. You in Oxford?
For a few years now. I'm a policeman at Cowley, a detective constable. Well, I sat my sergeant's exam this morning.
Flying colours await, I'm sure. You were a good student.
You mean I was the only one who didn't mind running down the height to put a bed on for you? What did you have me get you? 20 guards, quarter of blended, and 5 pop on anything offering 3s or better.
All my sins remembered.
Well, we have heard the chimes at midnight.
Once or twice, yes. Well, it was good to see you.
And you enjoy the second half.
Thank you. Come and see me.
Yes, well, I'll telephone.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
10 o'clock. You remember the way?
Yes.
Oh, tomorrow then.
I made you a round for the coach. Cheese and pickle. Come here, then.
Cheero, fatty.
Jump to it. And don't cheat the RSM, or you'll find yourself in the glass house quicker than you can say knife.
I won't.
And see you write your mother. I mean it. A letter a week at least. Let her know how you're getting on. Right then. Yeah. It's just a few bob for the nappy. That's fine, you see.
Watch that cough. Dad.
I'm fine. Creaking gate hands longest. Right. On you again. Sam. Don't volunteer for anything. Thought I said I'd make my own way in today.
I forgot.
Come on, Larry, take it, Ned.
Stay in the car. Any tips this morning, Bernie?
Oh, sure, Mr. Thursday. But you'd do worse than make my mink. 2:30 at Newmarket.
Oh, I was hoping for something closer to home. You know, this pages snatch in Holywell Street, Cliff's Old Fashions. Oh, there's a favourite on that. Oh, I can't, Mr. Thursday. Yeah, surprise yourself. Stick or twist?
Stick or... all right. Cole and Peter Matthews have been planning something big. But that's all I know.
Yeah. Not too hard, was it?
I don't want no comebacks. You know what Cole's like.
Between you and me. Thanks for the steer, Bernie.
Oh.
Funny. That never came up in the sergeant's exam.
What didn't?
Knocking informants around till you get what you want.
Not everything's in fitness.
So is that how we do things now?
I told you to wait in the car.
The end justifies the means.
Bastards like that, yes. This isn't tea on the master's lawn. Clissold's the first move in a turf war.
Says who?
Me. This has got the Matthews brothers written all over it. We need to put it down and put it down hard. I need a bagman I can stand on, someone who's not afraid to get their hands dirty. So any time it gets too salty, you just say.
Here. You said you'd make your own way in.
Good. Come round.
Found me all right, then?
Well, Piccadilly flowers.
Ah, yes, always. Sherry.
Thank you. They say you know you're getting older when policemen start to look younger, but I think in my case it's undergrads. Coming through the quad there, it's hard to believe I was ever here at all.
It's funny, seeing you through the window. You had the same look on your face the first time I ever saw you.
What look's that?
Oh, nervous, shy, hopeful.
Yes, I suppose I was. All of those things. But frightened, mostly. That's my abiding memory.
Of what?
Of being found out. Found wanting.
Not for a moment. A congratulatory first was yours for the asking.
If I'd known one had but to ask. Then you're keeping well.
Oh, yes. I'm chair on the Great Examination Board now. It's, one year rolls into the next.
And the last I heard, you were getting married. Is that right?
Yes, yes. And you? Did you ever...
Oh, no. I've work. And, well, work, mostly.
Rewarding, I expect.
It has its moments.
Ah, Thursday.
Wages snatched, sir. Word is the Matthews brothers have been planning something big. What's this?
Thursday, this is Detective Superintendent Crowthorne, Detective Sergeant Craig from the Complaints Bureau. They'd like to talk to you.
Well, now that we're in touch again, you must dine in. High table.
I'd like that.
You ever think of picking up your degree?
Oh, no. Like innocence and hope for mankind, I number it now amongst the lost things.
Pity. I was very sorry to see you go. Been a fellow by now, if you'd stayed the course.
I must be off. Is there something you wanted to talk to me about? You didn't invite me back just to kick through the leaves.
It's Nina, my wife. I'm concerned for her safety. She's, that is we, are living apart, have been for some time. I'm here and she's got the house in Summertown.
What do you expect me to do with this?
Just hear me out. She's become involved with this type. Paul Marlock, who works at the Royal Bingo Hall in Cobb Street, anyway. Now she wants a divorce.
Right. But you've no real grounds to think she's in any danger.
I thought perhaps you might be able to look into it, into this Marlock. You have the means, presumably.
I am a police officer, not a private inquiry agent. If you want my advice, you'd let it go.
Let it go. Christ. You know, I can still recall your exact words the first time you saw her. I can see it now as clear as day. You came in, sat down, just there, and said,
I've just seen an angel crossing Carfax.
It's a brown-eyed blonde with the reddest lips you ever saw. That last term, you were a thing altogether pitiable. Oh, there's no fool like an old fool, I know.
Good afternoon.
Hello. I didn't think you were coming.
How's that?
You're not Mr. Kitteridge, the estate agent.
No, I'm here to view. You?
They gave me the key at the office. Said to drop it back after I'd had a look around.
What time are you?
2:30.
Me too. Oh, they really are the end. They've obviously double booked us. Hey, we could see it together.
All right.
Morse. Miss.
Burton. Nina.
Shall we?
My boyfriend is meeting me. He should be here any minute.
Well, then you should be safe enough. You just moved to the area?
I've been here a while.
Yes, I've been here a while too. I'm in a poky little basement flat right now. What brought you to Oxford?
I just wanted to travel. Me and a girlfriend got as far as Oxford, money run out. I got a job.
Doing what?
Just factory work. Machinist. Done all sorts since then. Waitress. I work in the forests now.
What about your boyfriend? What does he do?
You ask a lot of questions.
I was in market research. Old habits.
He's in the entertainment business. Well, that's what I tell people. He's a bingo caller.
I wonder what's keeping him.
Actually, he's not coming.
No?
No, I just said that to... Oh. To make sure you were all right.
I see. And am I? All right?
I think so. Sorry. Silly, I suppose.
No. No, not at all.
He's already seen you. He wants to put an offer in. But I wanted to look it over for myself first.
And does it pass muster?
I don't think so. You?
No. I don't think it's for me.
Better luck next time.
Where have you been? In pursuit of what? An angel crossing Carfax. Think I'm meant to leave wages snatchers to the rough boys these days, aren't I? Why? What's up?
Complaints want to talk to you.
Suspended.
Couple of weeks furlough. Just until it's cleared up.
If Burning Waters has made a complaint, someone's put him up to it. He hasn't got the brains to blow his own wig off.
As may be, but Division takes these things very seriously. No one would question your past service, but there'll be no room in Thames Valley for outdated methods.
Paul Marlock.
I spoke to the coroner's men. That workbook or pad of Clissold's that hadn't fallen out in the van, in case you were still looking.
I was. Thank you.
Glad to be of use.
True love, are you doing anything tonight, after work?
All the fours. Ruby draw. Tickety-boo. 5 and 9.
Oh, that's me! House! Here!
Ah, it appears we have
we're just going to take a short 10-minute interval, after which we'll be playing for big money.
Hot in there.
Oh, yeah. That's why I come out, catch some air. You here with someone?
Yes, the bird. She's been gone mad.
I was going to say, don't get many blokes in here on their own.
You've been at it long?
6 months. Money for old rope. And the tarts, of course.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've got this one on the go at the minute. Legs up to here and stacked like Pete Murray's turntable. So what's your line then? College?
It's fine.
Thought so. You look the type. Just having a gasp.
Yeah, well, that's not what you're paid for.
Be lucky.
Really? What should I do with the winnings? I'd have thought I'd have to turn them in for evidence. Ill-gotten gains in the line of duty.
Oh, it wasn't in the line of duty. No, private matter. Keep it.
Really? I don't want to find myself on the end of a disciplinary. Speaking of which, what is going on upstairs with Inspector Thursday?
Why? What do you hear?
That he leaned on someone a little too heavily. At least that's the word around the canteen.
The canteen? Wouldn't trust the spotted dick in that place, let alone anything else.
Did you get anywhere with Marlock? He looks a thorough scoundrel.
He is. Though irresistible to the ladies, it would seem.
I thought him eminently resistible.
You're a police officer. You're immune.
There is a woman under the uniform, Morse. Just not a stupid one. While you were talking to him, I affected an interest with Dolores, who brought me my winnings. His telephone number. You'll be able to reverse trace an address for him, should you need it.
Good heavens, Morris. Late for you.
Evening, sir.
Something I can help you with?
Inspector Thursday, sir. Can they make it stick? Complaints.
I suppose that very much depends on what you said to the officers from division. Yes, he has in you, I think, a loyal colleague and a staunch friend.
I've been wondering, there's something big Bernie Waters said that the Matthew brothers have been planning. What if it wasn't the wager snatch?
Thank you, sir. You have any reason to doubt it?
Cole Matthews' previous has been in the 10, 15, 20,000 range. Security vans, post offices. If they are looking to take Harry Rose's crown, then knocking off Cedric Clissold for what amounts to beer money seems a pretty poor way to stake their claim.
You've no other cause to think Clissold's death anything other than what first appears.
These blue films I found in the boot of his car. Now, if his death is connected to that, then the list of suspects could be half of the city.
And whatever this something big is, the Matthews brothers have planned
is yet to occur.
An unauthorized overdraft is a serious matter, Mr. Morse, as I'm sure you understand.
Yes.
Last month, you wrote a check payable to Mrs. G. Morse for £25 while you had insufficient funds in your account against which to draw the sum. We've also had £15 to a Mr. Roby, turf accountant of Lincoln, and the same to Mr. Roby the month before that, and the month before that. Really, Mr. Morse, the Wessex is not here to underwrite a life of vice.
No, of course.
Look, I was a young man myself once, you know. I know what it's like. A fellow must have the latest this or that to impress the ladies. But such profligacy will, I'm afraid, incur a financial penalty.
Hello?
Hello. I saw you down the Royal last night.
What were you doing at the bingo?
Oh. Look, I don't know the ins and outs, and it's probably not my place to say, but, the caller, Paul Morlock, I'll give him a wide berth, maybe.
You're right. It's not your place to say. May I help you?
Well, actually, Mrs. Lorimer, I'm hoping that I can help you. Paul Morlock, your boyfriend, he's a con man. You should drop him.
Did Felix put you up to this? Well, you can tell him better a con man than a...
Than a what?
My God, you've no idea, have you? I think you should go. Or do you want me to call the police?
I am the police. Better a con man than a what?
I think Felix killed someone. A man called Clissold. When I first come here, I worked at Clissold Fashions. Clissold had me model the line for buyers, just to make a bit of extra cash. One of them said he had a friend in the film business, that he could get me a tryout.
It sounded like fun, only when I got there...
They weren't making Gone with the Wind.
It was just the once. And I told him I wouldn't do any more. I left Clissold's and put it out of my mind and got on with my life. And I met Felix. Everything was wonderful. Then last year went to a party of one of his students who was getting married.
Had a bit of a film show, did they?
I begged him to let it go. But he was terrified one of his colleagues might see it. Decided to find out where it had come from.
Which led him to Clissold. But what makes you think he went so far as to kill him?
Felix told me he threatened Clissold that unless he destroyed the film and all the prints, that he'd be sorry.
How did Clissold react?
He told Felix to get lost, or he'd put his name to a list of customers he kept in a pad. The one he used for work, I suppose. I remember he was always very cagey about it, never let it out of his sight.
We didn't find anything like that on him. Unless... Well, he had been to the bank the morning he was killed.
I think he might have left it there. At the bank.
Would you recognise it?
Of course. It's just a carbon pad. Pick them up at any station. Is. Thank you for believing me.
I'm not sure that I do, altogether.
I'm not lying.
I'm not saying that you are. You think what you think, but the Dr. Lorimer that I know wouldn't be capable of such a thing. Oh, I've looked into your Paul Marlock. He's a fraudster, but there's nothing in his history which would lead me to believe that your wife is in any physical danger. Out of interest, where were you Wednesday afternoon between 2 and 3?
I had a lecture. Why?
That's not important. Just something your wife said.
You've seen Nina. Something, isn't she?
Let it go. For your own good.
That's rich, coming from you.
Well, that's all I came to say. If you'll excuse me.
Pursue it, if I were you. My ears and whiskers. Is that young Morse I spy?
Oh, hello, Jerome.
Run along now, Ranulph. I shall be with you in 2 shakes. Alas, I fancy a lover of oysters for all my blandishments. What are you doing, cloister loitering, looking up old friends?
Felix Lorimer.
Oh, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Present company, of course. Felix these days is chairman of the Greats Examiner.
Oh, yes, I'd heard.
What had you heard? That he hands out vivers like dolly mixtures?
Is this college gossip, or did he beat you to your place on the board?
Oh, that's neither here nor there. It's about standards. Let me tell you, I had, of late, the great misfortune to tutor the Stroke and the Oxford boat last year, and a greater dullard may you never meet. Yet somehow, this bank manager's son scarcely able to construct a sentence, let alone a logical proposition, ended up with a first. Of course, I imply no impropriety, but what of you?
Oh, nothing to report. I must be going.
Where might I find you? I want to hear all your news.
Cowley Road Police Station. I'm a detective with the City Police.
Look sharp, Tony. Hello?
Hello.
How can I help you today, sir?
Just a little check if you want one. It's made out to cash.
Just spoke to the old man on the phone. We need to have a shifty at the surveillance footage. He wants to see if we can get any more ground covered before Kidlington takes over.
Who's that?
Kenny Stone, car thief and sometime stock car racer. Fancies himself another Jim Clark.
Getaway driver, perhaps, for Clissold. I know Burning Waters, but who's that with him?
Tommy Thompson.
No, to the right of Thompson.
Larry Nelson, small fry. Runs around picking up crumbs after Peter Matthews. That's Peter there. Peter's wife, Sheila.
Peter's wife doesn't seem too keen on the widow.
That's because Peter's knocking her off.
Larry Nelson's very solicitous of the wife.
Keeping in Peter's good books, isn't he?
He looks shifty to me.
Nah, Larry just does what he's told.
Wouldn't be so sure about that.
Cole and Peter are back.
They're gone to see their mother. She took poorly, looking after the place for a couple of hours.
We're looking for Larry Nelson.
Larry? I wouldn't know.
Don't come that, Bernie. Larry breaks wind, you know. He's had one egg for breakfast or two.
What's the story with Larry and Peter Matthews' wife?
Story?
They seem very close.
What do you mean?
Time like this, everything up in the air. Man might try and break out on his own, wouldn't you think?
I couldn't say.
Oh, you've plenty to say when it comes to putting the black on Inspector Thursday, though, eh?
Feel like I've got rights. Can't go around knocking people about like that.
Your sort don't
That's
have
enough,
rights, Bernie.
That's enough.
You come for one of ours, we'll skull drag you. Do you hear me?
All right! See, Larry, tell him you're looking for him.
Don't ever do that again. I'm questioning a suspect. I expect you to back me.
Questioning a suspect? If you want to take a leaf out of Thursday's book, there's better places to start.
Look, let's get one thing straight, matey. You don't tell me, I tell you. All right? Job calls for brains, you'll be the first in the queue. Something like this, leave it to those who've got the sand.
Morning, Mr. Fordyce.
Mr. Gitterton?
Weekend floats just pulled up.
Very good. Tell them we'll open up the rear.
Morning, Janie.
Morning. Morning.
What if it wasn't a wages snatch? I've been talking to my old mod tutor, Felix Lorimer. His wife's got involved with a bingo caller from the Royal, Paul Marlock, a con man and a fraudster.
The Royals are front for the Matthews brothers. If Marlock's caught up with that lot...
Well, the point is, when I warned her about him, she told me she suspected her husband of killing Clissold. She's wrong, he didn't.
How'd you know?
He was giving a lecture at the time. Those blue films I found in Clissold's boot. Turns out Nina Lorimer had made one for him. She told me Clissold kept a record of everyone he'd sold them to in some sort of notepad. Now, if we can find that, maybe it'll prove one way or another who was involved.
I suppose she's an alibi, has she, for the time in question? Mrs. Lorimer?
Well, she works in a florist, and she was there, so far as I know.
As far as you know? Well, you watch how you go with it. Get him mixed up in other people's affairs, seldom mends happily for anyone.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
I'm not the one currently suspended. Was it worth it? Bernie Waters?
Bernie Waters is up to something.
It wouldn't matter if he was or wasn't. Sam going off to the army, this bullet you're carrying around. You just wanted to hurt somebody.
Well, you won't have to worry picking up after me anymore, will you? Your sergeant's come through, you'll be off. And maybe it's about time. Everything in its season. Mind how you go.
It's police business, Mr. Fordyce.
This is a most unusual request. Ordinarily, we'd require a judge's order.
Unfortunately, time is of the essence. It may have a direct bearing on Mr. Clissold's murder. That's Lonsdale, isn't it? The young man in the photograph?
My son, William. He took a first in Greats last year. Well spotted.
My old college.
Indeed.
My subject, too. Under Felix Lorimer.
Ah. Charming man. Quite charming.
Mr. Clissold's safety deposit box, sir.
I need a signature.
Of course. And this.
Thank you, Gitterton. Is that it?
It looks to be. There's someone with me who could be able to verify it.
Morse? People will say we're in love.
Small world.
But I wouldn't want to paint it.
Does it look familiar?
This is a robbery! Hands off the floor! Let's go for the back! What are you doing? Stop! Stop! Don't look at me! Get out of the floor! Move it! It's all this is home! And I want to go home. 5 minutes, it'll all be over. Come on then, go on with it! What are you waiting for? Put the money in the bag! You, where's your safe? Where's your safe?
It's in here.
Right, come on in with me. You stay here. All right! Move it!
CID, strange.
Right, get it open. Open it now, come on. Where is it? Get it open, come on. Come on, mate. Turn the back up, come on. Get up there. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Come on.
Anonymous tip-off, sir. There's a raid taking place at the Wessex Bank on Cross Street.
He's had his 20 minutes.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir. How can I help you? Sorry, sir. 1 minute.
Suspected robbery at Wessex Bank on Cross Street. Repeat, Wessex.
Clear the street! Clear the street!
Come on, let's go. Get on your feet! Get on your feet! Move! Move it! Move it! Talk to me, Tommy. What's going on?
It's the kid. He shot a copper.
He's done what? He's done what?
This is Chief Superintendent Reginald Bright of the City Police. To whoever is inside the Wessex Bank, you are completely surrounded by armed officers. Lay down your arms. Come out now with your hands up.
I repeat, you are completely surrounded. Lay down your arms.
Well, this is no bloody use.
Sir.
My name is Bright. Let's not make things worse.
Put him down.
What? Wait.
Who asked you?
Don't be so bloody stupid.
Stupid?
Yes.
No, I'm not stupid.
I just meant if you gunned down a senior police officer in cold blood, they'll hunt you to the end of the earth. That's all. That's all.
Tell him on transport. And safe passage, guaranteed.
We want a car and safe passage, guaranteed. Or we start shooting.
I'm not sure that can be arranged.
You got 1 hour, or one of this lot gets it. Your choice.
Come on!
think I'm locked up downstairs.
Come on, you want to manage, all right? That's right. There any other way out there?
There's the rear entrance.
No, they'll have that covered. What about downstairs?
I know, that's just used for storage. You can't records, that sort of thing.
Join the car! Move the car! Get in there!
I need to brief D.I. Barcroft. You better send a cart. Actually, go yourself. What the hell is Morse?
Get down there now! Come on, move it! Move it! Oh, what we got?
Would you believe it?
All right. I'm coming.
I want to go home.
We'll go home. Police will sort it out.
They haven't made much of a job of it so far.
It's a raid that's gone wrong. The getaway driver's panicked. The men upstairs are stranded, fighting, and in it up to their necks.
They didn't seem frightened to me.
As soon as they realise the fix they're in, they'll surrender. We all just need to keep calm.
What's next door?
A hotel.
Any tools in the place? Crowbar? Sledgehammer? Come on!
There's a fire axe.
Where? Show me, come on!
Are you all right? Is that the one?
Yeah. Not that I can see it means anything.
And it means something. Clissold didn't want anyone else to read it. It's enciphered.
Can you read it?
Not without the key.
Good luck. It's all Greek to me.
It's a good job you're here. I mean, I'm glad. If it's any comfort.
Me too. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
What's this?
A puzzle. Why would a man carry around a menu for a restaurant that long ago went out of business?
I give up. Why would he?
More to the point, why would he circle just one item on the menu? Number 26, chicken meat and sweet corn soup.
Do you know?
I love what's on there, 26.
Teeth? No, that's 32.
Bones in the human foot.
There are, but that's not it.
26 cantons in Switzerland? Or is it 25?
Letters in the alphabet?
Of which the last and 26th is...
Z.
So, 26 equals Z equals C for chicken. And so it goes on. 1 gives us...
D.
That's right. And 2 is E, and so on.
So what does it say?
Well, so far I've got Royal Palace, 50. Dark Venetian, 80. Greek Scholar, 200.
Maybe I was wrong.
You're welcome to grab a bunch of numbers and start turning them into letters.
You're just trying to keep us occupied, aren't you?
Which would you prefer, terrified or distracted?
I'd sooner be thinking of a way out.
Please keep me abreast.
What can I do?
Do?
I'm not going to sit on my hands.
With the way things are, I'm afraid you may have to. Look, I'm leaving for the station in a moment. Division want a progress report. I'll brief you on the way.
Where's Morse?
I don't know. Can't get hold of him. This is Thursday. Please try not to worry.
Fred, what did he mean?
With the way things are, Mrs. Thursday, Inspector.
There's no story, Miss Fraser, not today.
I know. I just thought we could have a cup of tea. There's nothing on the record today, Inspector. I'd just like to help. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, Fred.
I'll be at the station with Mr. Bryan. I won't be long. All right.
They just shot him like it was nothing.
Yeah. For the nerves. Keep the pack. Stick them behind your notebook. Then nobody will know.
Thanks.
Tip my old governor gave me. Sergeant Vimes. Cable Street. No pass around. All right? Let's have that jacket buttoned up then.
Sir.
Look after this.
What did you mean about Paul?
Just I've come across him in my travels, that's all. You deserve better.
He asked me about work. About the bank. When we had deliveries for the weekend float. I thought it was just conversation, but it wasn't, was it?
Did you let on about?
Dad. No fear.
Well, that's something, at least.
You two know each other, do you?
Well, with a mutual acquaintance.
Oh, yeah? Who's that, then?
No one you'd know.
It's like that, is it, then?
It's like that.
Charlotte Own. Doesn't make any sense. Charlotte without an E. Own. Charlotte owns what?
What's your name? It's Ronnie. Give it to me.
You? Morse?
Right, on your feet.
Just in case.
Oh, yeah, very touch. You move your arms.
Must be nice. Daughter.
She's a good girl. The best. I know I'm a mother, but
She'll be all right.
yeah. Fred'll sort it. He always does.
Yes, sir. Of course. I'm sorry, I'm afraid Division won't wear it. You're to remain suspended from duty. Thursday. Before the Blenheim Vale files were sealed, one final piece of evidence was abstracted. I don't suppose anyone will miss it in 50 years.
as far as you got? Who's in charge with you lot?
What's it to you?
I want to talk to him.
Oh, yeah?
About what? Something to your advantage.
Hurt you?
You didn't sign your ass.
So?
You want to coach, don't you? What if I could make sure you get it?
Ronnie.
Banking is all about trust. Investment and return. The customer gives us their money. They trust us to invest it wisely, and for their trust, we make sure they get something back more than they originally gave. Look, if I trust you with something guaranteed to get you what you want, that's got to be worth something, hasn't it?
Like what? Letting you walk out?
Not just me. Everybody. Well, nearly. Why not?
So what have you got?
I need your word.
The word of a bank robber. All right. You got my word.
Him, he's a policeman.
He's lying. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just trying to get out of here.
They know you got one of theirs. They'll have to give you what you want.
I've never seen this man before today. I came in here for a loan. I came in here for a loan, didn't I?
Well, somebody's lying. And I don't like liars.
You'll have identification.
Clem.
Nice try.
No, I can prove it. Someone else knows him. She'll tell you.
That's the hour, isn't it?
More or less.
They won't really make good on their threat, will they?
Come on. You. Come here. Come on! What's your name?
Joan.
Joan what?
Strange. Joan Strange.
Is that right? Yeah, strange. Yes. And who's this?
I don't know. I've never seen him before.
You see this one? Says that one. He's a copper. He says you know him.
I don't. He's just a customer.
He's just a customer.
No, he isn't. Joe, tell him.
Is that right? He's just a customer.
Yeah.
So if I was to...
Oh, my God.
Look at me! Look at me! If I was to do that to him, that'd be all right with
Just
me.
leave her. He's telling the truth. I'm a police officer. Let her go.
Yeah, he moves. Detective Constable, City Police.
You knew all along, you bastard.
It was on his desk.
I told you, I don't like liars.
But I am your cross!
Where do you think you're going?
You're not the only one who took an oath.
Oh, bless you, Doc, but I can't let you go.
Let me? You do your job, I'll do mine.
If they ever make good on their threat, we're going to need you for after, to make it stick.
Please, Doc. If anything happens to you, Mr. Bright will have my cuts.
Oh, shit.
John Thursday, please, no more violence.
Good man. Remind me. An inspector outranks a constable, doesn't he? So what do I need you for?
Kill me, you'll never know who set you up.
What?
Well, you think it's an accident that I'm here? That we had the place surrounded in 5 minutes? Somebody sold you out.
Maybe we should hear him out.
Put him down.
No! Please!
Be a man. Answer it.
Wessex Bank, Howard Fordyce manager speaking. He wants to speak to whoever's in charge.
Who's this?
You know who this is. Listen to me, Carl. You let the staff and the customers go now, and that's that. The law takes its course.
Say we don't.
And I'll put you in the ground.
Big talk for a lunger.
I'm a lunger, all right. Doc's given me 3 weeks.
Bad luck for you.
Bad luck for both of us.
How's that?
I can go in my bed with posterity gathered solemn round. Or I can go standing toe-to-toe with you. I know which I'd sooner. But it's your choice. What's it to be?
I'll take my chances.
Never bet against a man with nothing to lose.
Oh, you've got something to lose, all right? I'm looking at her. Right now. We've got another of yours here, too. Cocky little tail rag. Name of Morse. So you listen. You get your people off the street. We want a coach and safe passage to London Airport. I seek one copper between here and there. Your girl will be the first to go.
I know you. I've seen you down the Royal.
Don't think so.
You're Nina. Paul Marlock's bit. It's all right. You've got nothing to worry about. Paul's family. We'll see you looked after.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, shush now, come on. Help's on its way.
Yeah, I just wanted to get everyone out of here.
I know.
Be a hero.
We were never going home, were we?
It was life from the second the boy took a pop at the copper. Back inside. We'll give him a dance, though, eh?
Mr. Fordyce, your son was struck in the Oxford boat last year, wasn't he?
What?
You wrote a cheque to £1,500 made out to cash last July. What was that for? You have to tell me the truth now.
Right. Take him out. Move it! Come on!
Clissold's pad.
Wait! You're not coming? No, we'll buy you time. Keep them busy. Don't try anything. Open the door! No. Not you two. Through there. Move it! Come on! All right. No! Get behind me! On you go! Move it, come on. Come on. Move it! Move!
Just let us go. We'll only hold you up.
No, mate, you're all to get out of
Well,
this.
leave her at least. She's done. You only have to look at her.
Get a second wind then, haven't you? With me.
If anything happens, give this to your father.
What is it?
It's the reason Cedric Clissold was killed.
It's blank.
Charlottetown, Park, Dark Venetian, their horses, all of them.
Move it!
It was always about the money.
What was?
Tell your father to arrest Felix and Nina Lorimer and Paul Marlock for the murder of Cedric Clissold.
Oh, but I thought it was a robbery.
Well, we were meant to, but they intended to kill him.
Keep it down!
Where are they?
It's locked! Throw it off! Come on, move! Move it! Flavio, open the door!
Drop it.
Move it, come on! Come on, get on with it. Yes. Move it. Alice! Get down! Move it! Throw the gun out! Or she gets it! Drop it! Pull it down!
Chamber's empty. And he's too stupid to count to 6.
Oh, so you stupid! Take me in then, Lawman. Do it. Do it!
Sir, don't. Not here. Not like this. Don't let her see you do this.
Dad!
Show them who you are.
This is who I am.
No, it never has been. We hold the line. If you cross it now, then there's no way back.
With me, now.
Thursday.
Stand straight!
Sir.
Take him in. Get him.
Boy, how many was it? Was it 5 or 6? Tell me. How many?
I told you you were empty.
You all right? Morse.
We have to act fast. The one loose end in Lorimer's plan is Paul Marlock.
How's that?
Let me explain. Clissold lent Lorimer thousands of pounds to pay off his gambling debts. Lorimer was obviously in way over his head. In order to meet the interest, Lorimer started selling degrees to undergrads that didn't merit them, such as Howard Fordyce's son. When Clissold's fashion business got into trouble, I think he called in the loan.
Only Lorimer couldn't pay.
No.
So that's why they killed Clissold.
Well, that's why they conspired to kill him. Nina knew Paul Marlock from the bingo. It was him that pulled the trigger. But she was never serious about him. She only had eyes for Lorimer. Marlock's real job was to get the pad listing Lorimer's debts. But the pad wasn't there, so they used me to get it.
So it was nothing to do with the blue films?
No, that was all a ruse. Intended to lead me up the garden path, which it did.
Number 1, Kenny's Eye. Harold's Den. Number 10. 3-0, lines 30.
Paul Marlock, you're under arrest for the murder of Cedric Clissold.
Going somewhere?
End of term. Detective Inspector Thursday, Dr. Lorimer. City Police.
Oh, Mrs. Lorimer. All forgiven.
We've decided to give it another go after what happened in the bank, nearly losing Nina like that.
Well, you got what you wanted. Clissold's carbon pad, listing exactly what you owed him.
You destroyed it, presumably.
I don't know what you mean.
Then it's a good job Morse pinched out the carbon copies.
You're lying. When?
A situation like that, it could easily have been mislaid.
We've also got Paul Marlock, your intended patsy. He's already talking about turning queens.
You used me.
You always had a weakness for the fairer sex. People don't change. It's nothing personal. I had to get back Clissold's pad. You do see that.
So you had a man killed?
Not a very nice man. Not one of us, Morse. It had come out about my selling degrees. I had to think of college.
You were thinking of yourself?
No. Actually, it was Nina.
You've ruined her life. Dragged her down with you.
I didn't have a life until I met Felix. I don't want one without him. You know what I was?
Please. One moment. Please.
He's the first man who ever looked at me as if I was something more than just a good time. Do it all again, without a second thought.
love, Morse. Imagine that.
So where's the money?
We'll find out at Paul Marlock's. The gun, too, I should think.
You tipped us off about the bank raid.
My money's on Larry Nelson. He's after Peter Matthews' wife, at least. That's how it looked at the funeral.
So he tips us off. Carl and Peter get lifted. He can carry on with Sheila. Maybe get a shot at the Titan himself. I saw what you did for Joan. There was a bullet left in the chamber. Whatever you told Carl Matthews. You knew it. You drew his fire.
We should get back to her. See she's all right.
Just keep seeing Ronnie. It's my fault.
No. You fell foul, that's all. Good night's sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. Eh, Mum?
Nature's remedy. Yeah. A good night's sleep. Night.
She'll be all right.
Just get everyone out of here.
You're not stupid.
Put him down.
It's a good job you're here. I mean, I'm glad.
Me too. It's probably best if I wait
I think it's probably best if you just do as you're told. What do they call you then?
Morse.
Morse? Thought I'd be all right with a copper.
Oh, there are coppers and there are coppers.
And what sort are you?
I'm the sort that see young ladies safely home.
I think this is the bit where I say thanks for a lovely evening and we have a long kiss under the porch light until my dad taps on the window and then I go in and you go home. Love, I suppose. Don't know until you meet the right one.
No, don't suppose. This Thursday. Where are you going? Like this?
I have to.
Well, where will you go?
I don't know.
Stay.
I can't.
Just give it time. Everything that happened, just give it a chance. You mean the world to them. You mean the world.
Look after them. Dad won't understand.
If you need anything, money, oh, a voice on the phone, you know where to find me.
You should get something on that. Take care of yourself, Morse.
You too, Miss Thursday.